Children's services have a number of different teams where you may be employed. This video will focus on the redeployment to looked after children's teams. There are 4 looked after children's teams within the Southern Health and Social Care Trust: Newry, Craigavon, Dungannon and Armagh. There are 3 14+ teams in Newry, Craigavon and Dungannon. When a child who is looked after reaches the age of 14, their social work support will be provided by the 14+ team. Where rehabilitation to parental care has been ruled out at a LAC review, the social support provided to the young person will be delivered by the LAC team, who will progress the child's long-term care plan. Children come into care for a number of reasons. Some of the most common reasons include abuse, neglect, family breakdown, or a parent or child's illness or disability. Children become looked after when all other care arrangements have been exhausted. The aim of providing alternative care arrangements for children are to afford the child a place of safety, to offer a child consistent, predictable and nurturing care, to provide parents the opportunity to address the difficulties that are impacting on their parenting while their child is cared for away from home, to provide a stable, permanent home. There are a number of different types of placement. Sometimes children who are subject to care orders remain at home with their parents. Placements can be planned or unplanned. It is best for the child if the placement is planned, as this enables us to make a full assessment of the child's needs and also ensure a more effective matching process. Foster placements will be provided by approved trust foster carers and will only be considered when kinship care is not reasonably practical or consistent with the child's welfare. Concurrent foster carers have approval to foster and adopt. Where there is concurrent planning for a child, they will be placed in concurrent foster care. Residential care is provided for young people who require intense assessment and therapeutic interventions. We have stay hosts and GEM providers for LAC children who wish to remain with their foster carers after the age of 18. This list is some of the legislation, policies and procedures which govern the work of the LAC teams and their work with children and families. This is not an exhaustive list. The LAC 14+ teams provide services to children and young people in a range of settings. They also provide support to parents and carers. The aims of the service is to provide safe, effective and high-quality care placements which meet children's needs and where they are assisted to reach their potential. There are a number of ways in which a child can come into care. The police have powers to remove children, but it is only used when there is an immediate risk and generally out of hours. More often, children come into care either on an emergency protection order, interim care order, or a full care order. A child becomes voluntarily accommodated when social services have identified that the child is at risk of harm and the parents give consent for the child to be placed in care. Our role within the looked after team is to carry out statutory visits to the child. Statutory visits are where the child's named social worker is responsible for visiting the looked after child in the placement. The child must be seen and, where possible, spoken to on their own. The exact frequency of visits will be determined by the child's needs. The legal minimum visiting requirement is once per month. This is a statutory duty and must be adhered to. For immediate placements with kinship carers, the requirement is once a week for the first 6 weeks prior to approval as carers. Redeployment can be a challenging opportunity, so our current LAC social workers have provided some top tips. Read all of the young person's file. Ensure statutory visits meet the requirements. Visits should be planned and purposeful. If a child or young person is having contact with their family, please ensure that you know the ground rules for contact to be safe. For more information, please research the following links which can be found in the accompanying training Word document.